And welcome back to another battle video. So this is, I finally got enough new stuff to try out a Gengar Trevenant deck. And, I don't really know how I feel about it yet. Some games, it just seems to flow really well, and I absolutely love it. And other games, I just feel like, there's, I don't even know how to put it. Weaknesses. Yveltal Garbodor is a pretty hard matchup for this deck. It really relies on its abilities, whether that be the Trevenant's item lock or Sigilyph preventing your EXs from attacking. And when you take that away, it really just loses a lot of steam. As you can see, and same thing goes with Seismitoad, any sort of Seismitoad Garbodor variant. Garbodor is taking away your abilities, and then your item lock too. Anything that prevents you from really getting set up is really detrimental to this deck. As you can see, I get the Mewtwo start. Now, I absolutely love Pokemon Fan Club in this deck. I think I run 3 of them. I don't think my number is as low as 2. But I always seem to, or not always, but most of the time I seem to have it in my hand turn 1 when I need it. And I'm pretty happy about that. Now, unfortunately, because it's not a shuffle supporter, I usually find that I draw dead a little bit more with this deck. Now, I do apologize for the the little black bar on the side. Usually when I'm doing battle videos, I'm multitasking, doing emails, and I usually have something playing in the background, like a movie, TV show, something like that. And I think right now I'm watching, catching up on my American Horror Story. So, yeah, do apologize for that little bar right there. I believe that's probably going to pop up and down throughout this video. Anyways, some other cool aspects of this deck, though. We do get to utilize Dimension Valley, which, for Psychic Pokemon, lets you, take away 1 colorless energy as your attack cost. And then we have Mystery Energy as well, which knocks 2 off of your retreat cost. So, some pretty cool things about this deck as far as, being upgraded as far as Phantom Forces. Essentially, this is the same strategy as Donphan, where, you're attacking and then switching back to whatever you need to try and slow down your opponent. Now, we see my opponent get a laser off, does hit the heads and puts me to sleep, is able to bench a couple more, or a couple of Yveltal, and we see him switch into the Trubbish. I guess he's pretty confident that I don't have enough to knock out the Trubbish, and it would take a lot. See, would have to attach the DCE. Yeah, and unfortunately, I stay asleep. Now, if I hadn't stayed asleep, attaching the DCE, because I'm trying to remember, he is weak to... No, I'm trying to remember, he's not weak to Psychic, or is weak to Psychic. I always forget with Trubbish and Garbodor, whether it's Psychic or Dark. Either way, though, it doesn't really matter because I'm stuck asleep, and because I run Float Stones with the Trevenant, I don't think I run any Switch in this deck. So I'm just stuck. Now, I do play the Dimension Valley and get an DCE attached to the Trevenant. I'm sorry, the DCE attached to the Gengar. Do evolve to the Trevenant, and I'm not too concerned about this Mewtwo taking damage. I have a feeling at this point that Mewtwo is just going to be a sacrifice, and he did miss an energy attachment last turn, so that's going to give me some hope. Now, unfortunately, there goes the Garbodor up, and since he has a Floatstone attached, I am under his ability lock. So that Trevenant sitting on the bench is pretty much useless right now. And because Trevenant is also weak to Dark, I don't want to promote it unless it's... Oh, what is that? I hate websites that run random ads that just play randomly. There's a couple of sites that I often visit that just like to do that, and it's quite frustrating when you're in the middle of a battle video to just have them pop up like that. Anyways, we see the Yveltal hit my Mewtwo for just 30, and he's doing that so he can go ahead and get the Dark Energy out of his discard attached to that Yveltal in the back. Now, I do have Dedenne in here for those Yveltals, so the more energy he attaches onto the field, the riskier it is for him. Dedenne does, I think it's 20 times the amount of energy attached to all of my opponent's Pokemon, so definitely something to be concerned about. I get Psychic Energy attached to Gengar, going to N, and I think I just need to play the Verbank. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm still two-shotting this Yveltal anyways, so the extra 20 damage for the poison doesn't make a difference on the math right now, but it couldn't hurt to get it out. And this is this is the first deck that I've played with, and I don't know how long, that runs 2 stadiums. You're running Verbank and Dimension Valley, pretty much because you don't know when you're going to need either one. Gengar's poison is very important. Being able to do 90 in a turn rather than just the 70, be able to 2-shot EXs rather than 3-shot is very crucial, but sometimes you just may not have that energy. That 3 attack cost is, you're not always going to have that, and, you have other Psychic Pokemon in this deck that you're going to attack with, Mewtwo and, quite often Sigilyph as well. And so, Dimension Valley is very important when it comes to that. And then, of course, if you don't have any energy attached, Gengar's first attack that just puts 3 damage counters on any Pokemon you want, extremely useful because you're essentially attacking for free. Now, we see him retreat and going to hit me for 110 with his Yveltal, which does knock out that Mewtwo. And like I said, like I said before, with Trevenant being weak to Dark, I don't want to promote him as in, switch back to him after Gengar attacks, unless he's actually going to be doing some good. So I need to wait until I hit my Megaphone to be able to get the tool off of Garbodor so that that item lock is useful before he takes the knockout. Now I do promote him right now just because he has a free retreat, while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. He doesn't have enough energy on the field for me to take the knockout, at least in one shot. So, but I'm going to go ahead and attach the Psychic to Dedenne just to get it ready. And that was a really nice end. Now we not only get the Sigilyph and the Phantump, but we get the Trevenant for next turn, and we get the Megaphone. So I'll be able to not only get that Floatstone off of him, but get another Floatstone off the Yveltal, and a Muscle Band off of the Yveltal EX. We're going to retreat, Dark Corridor, hit him for 60, 30 with an extra 30 with the Poison Verbank, and retreat back to Trevenant. And now Trevenant has the item lock up. Now, we see another N. Now, since he's weak to Dark, it's going to be pretty easy for him to knock it out, but hopefully this is going to slow him down a turn. We see my opponent tried to say something, but it was censored out. Who knows if it was actually... It probably wasn't anything wrong at all. The game is very sensitive as far as anything that may be considered an insult or just negative. It censors it out. Funny enough, though, I get quite a few people that... not necessarily with this deck, but like things with Dusknoir, where it would take a while to move around all your damage counters, they would get just nasty and complain about how long it was taking when there's really nothing you can control about that. And I wish it censored that out, just because, it is irritating to hear. And in a real tournament, if your opponent was that rude, that's unsportsmanlike conduct, and you can call a judge over and have them put a stop to it. Anyways, still flowing pretty well. I haven't taken a prize yet, but I've gotten some damage on the field. And I'm getting a fairly nice board set up. Feeling like this is, and I feel like I actually lose this game. So one of the big reasons I'm doing this, or I chose this battle to go ahead and upload, is so I have the chance to review it so I can see kind of where I went wrong. I don't think I really made a bad move as far as sacrificing that Mewtwo. I didn't really want to sacrifice the Dedenne, even though it would have thrown off the prize count. Nor did I want to sacrifice a Trevenant since I didn't have a second one out. I went ahead and took out the Yveltal, tying us up on prizes, and since he still doesn't have, since I have the item lockout, oh, well, that's about it. So we see the Dark Energy attachment, and he's going to be able to Y-Cyclone for 180 for that weakness, and knock out that Trevenant. I didn't have a second one on the bench. Oh, I think he ended me. Yeah, I think he ended me before I was able to evolve it. And, oh, we see a Lysander bringing up that Gengar, and this is gonna hurt. So this is another problem with Gengar Trevenant, is that, I mean, oh, and, wow, he sets himself up for next turn, too. Being weak to dark, and with Yveltal being, just Yveltal Garbodor, being such a strong card in the format right now, that's not good news for Gengar. And I absolutely love Gengar and would love to play a deck with it again. But with Yveltal, and honestly, I really never have cared for Yveltal. Ever since it was first printed, I just thought it was, the potential of it was too much. You know, everyone complained about Mewtwo Wars when it first came out, and Yveltal is just Mewtwo on crack. I really wish they hadn't printed it, and it's for stuff like this. You know, Gengar's a very interesting card. It's very unique. The deck actually, it's not just a play your hand kind of deck. Yet Yveltal, I mean, you saw 2 energy attachments and it just one-shots it. It's almost too easy for Yveltal. So I think that's pretty much the reason why I lost this game. Or I think I lost this game just because of the weakness. I know he has a Jirachi in hand, so I think I'm just going to have to end him down to 2. Seeing if I want to play some more cards on my hand so I don't draw into anything else, or I can draw, I don't draw into anything else, you know, useless. So I'm thinking of using the Dowsing Machine for the Ultra Ball, and then Ultra Ball for the Trevenant. That'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards out of my hand and the discard pile, or the active, oh, sorry, cannot talk, out of my deck. And then when I end myself to 4, I shouldn't be hit as bad. So we're going to go ahead, Dowsing, a Pokemon Fan Club, and a Verbank for that Ultra Ball. And then Ultra Ball, a Phantump, and since I have 2 Juniper in my hand, I think we'll just go ahead and toss one of those. Yep, and Trevenant is the only Pokemon left in my deck. Forget if I play a Lysander's Trump card in here, I think, rather than Sacred Ash. I haven't actually played it yet. It's kind of a, yeah, I do play a Trump card. It's kind of in there just in case. I haven't quite decided if I like it or not, or if I just want to go back to a Sacred Ash. I don't know. If anyone else has had some experience with it, feel free to comment below. And we just see Dark, we do a Dark Corridor, Corridor, if I could talk. Sorry, I lost my voice a few days ago and just regaining it back. Putting out the Trevenant, and at least this keeps, you know, unless he has another Lysander, which he won't be able to use this turn because of the Juniper, he'll be able to take the knockout if he has a DCE, but that will put the prize count off. So I still have a shot, although it's not a very good one right now. And yeah, I'm sorry, he didn't even need the DCE. Yeah, just the Dark Energy attachment's enough. And he's down to 1 prize. Now, I will be able to take the prize on Yveltal, making this a pretty close game. And I really didn't see any, like, obvious misplays that I made. Nothing even like dead draws or anything on my side as far as, you know, any reason why. I think this is just a deck that I'm going to consistently lose to. And unfortunately, I don't think there's much I can do about it. I'm not really seeing anything in here that's going to help me as far as in my hand. I don't even know whether it's worth coercing, because I'm going to be able to take the knockout on this Yveltal. I'm guessing I'll promote probably the Sigilyph, just to force him to attack with the baby Yveltal. Trying to decide whether I want to Ultra Ball just to get cards out of my hand before I Colress. But I really don't want to, I might want that Trump card still. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. So I think we're just going to retreat Dark Corridor for the knockout. And I have the Mystery Energy attached to Sigilyph now, so Sigilyph now has free retreat. And I think I'm just going to have to promote the Sigilyph and hope. Now, I do kind of question the order that the game has been doing. Now, I'll be uploading some battle videos later on that I can't tell if it's just I'm being really stupid about the rules or if the game's been glitching. But as far as the order of operations for your attack, you should be fulfilling the attack and the effects of the attack before you take your prizes. Yeah, so here we go. No, never mind. This is a bug right now. It wouldn't let me switch. Gengar's Dark Corridor effect is not optional. Unless did I accidentally misclick and just knocked him out with the first attack? If so, that's incredibly stupid. And I think this is a bug, because this has happened to me in 2 other games now, where it hasn't allowed me to switch. So who knows what the outcome would have been if I could have gone to that Sigilyph. Now, we would have been able to do some damage to it, but, yeah. If anyone else has had any experience with this problem, because, like I said, this is the 3rd game I've had issues in where it would not let my Gengar switch back to the bench as a result of its attack. Like I was saying, order of operations, it should be switching before I'm ever supposed to take my prize cards. Yeah. So, like I said, let me know if you guys are having problems, because I'm probably, I've played this, like I've said, I've played this deck a few times, and with all the glitches, I'm probably not going to play it again, if the online is going to keep on messing it up. So, I hope you guys enjoyed what was a pretty close match up until it screwed up, and I will never know the outcome. So, stay tuned for more.